Welcome back to my channel. I'm Angie and this is Our Contented Home. This week I'm continuing with my patio makeover, and this is the third part. I had so much to do on this patio that I need to break it up into different videos, and this week I am tackling the porch. I told y'all in the last video that I had something fun planned for my little porch that I have, and I finished that and I want to share it with y'all this week. So I hope you enjoy. So what I'm going to work on today is this part of the porch, and it's just dirty and just kind of faded, and I've got a product that I'm going to use on it, and it is this. That's what it looks like. So I'm just going to spray it on and clean it off, and then we'll move to the next part of what we're going to do this porch. So you leave it on there. For mine, you leave it on for 15 minutes. And then you rinse it off and clean it up for you. So now I'm going to start rinsing it. Now that it's been cleaned and swept, it is ready to be painted. And what I'll do is just line the areas that I don't want to get paint on with painter's tape, and then I'll just paint the whole cement part of the porch. This is the paint I'll be using, and I'll link it in the description box below. It's best to use a roller for this project that is intended for rough surfaces so that you can get in all the nooks and crannies. This is what it looks like painted, and it looks pretty good like this. It's freshened up, but I want to go one step further with this. So this is what I'm using. This is my stencil. This is Royal Design Studio stencils. It's called Bixby Tile. I've got a level, my paint, and I'm just using white exterior paint. I'm gonna use these to stencil. Here's my painter's tape to tape my stencil down. And then I've got some napkins just to dab my brushes on so that I can dry brush it. My first attempt at stenciling was not successful. First, I started up near the house, and I later learned that that was not a straight line. So what I needed to do was start down at the bottom where that is a straight line. And then I did not wipe the excess paint off of the back of my stencil after I used a roller, and it caused the paint to bleed up under it, and it just caused it to not be neat. And so I just stopped, repainted, and started over from scratch. After 3 days, I decided to tackle this project again, and this time I started down at the bottom where the line for the cement is, because I know that is straight, and I just tape it down. I did end up buying just stencil brushes, and that worked so much better than the roller, and I just stenciled it all by hand, and it turned out so much better. I did end up blotting off excess paint from my paintbrush, and the thing is with this, if it's too light, you can go back and add more paint, but if it bleeds, it messes up your whole project. To stencil this space, it took me about 2 hours, and I did have to go back and touch up some spaces. I plan to seal it, but all in all, this was a fairly easy project, and I love how it turned out. I did decide to plant some flowers beside my door, and I found this little planter. I start by putting my plastic bottles in there, and this one I put a milk jug, and then I put my water bottles on top, and that way it doesn't use as much potting soil. And then I just started planting my flowers. I have different varieties. I have a sky pencil holly, and then some different little trailing flowers that I'm going to use. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, I would love if you would hit the subscribe button, and you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Our Contented Home. See you next week. Bye-bye.